So this is section 3.10, 310, problem number 47. They're asking for the derivative of the inverse of f. So we can't find the inverse of this function. You learned in pre-calculus that sometimes you're able to find the inverse, but in this case, it would be like impossible. So instead, we have a formula for the inverse. And this is something you just have to know, and I might give you some hints on how to figure this out. There is the formula that you have to know. So just to note, oftentimes you need to find the derivative of an inverse, but you don't have the inverse function. So if you don't have the inverse function, how are you going to find the derivative of it? Well, here's the secret. Notice in this formula, I never have to take the derivative of the inverse. It doesn't appear there. Look, I just need the derivative of the original function, which I have, so I can find that. The only secret is I need to find the value of the inverse function at 3. How am I going to do that? That's where it kind of gets tricky. So let's talk about that. We are stuck with the fact that we don't know at this time f inverse at 3, because that's what I need to find to be able to do this problem. So here is what we can do. We can find values of f of x, thus finding values of f inverse at x. So we're going to plug in some numbers. What if we make x equal to 0? What's 0 cubed plus 0 plus 1? Show me with your hands. 1. The answer is 1. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. So we have found a point in the original function f of x. But here's the important thing you have to know. In an inverse function, the x and y coordinates get switched. So if the original function contains the point 0, 1, f inverse must have 1, 0. That's still not going to help us find the value at 3. So this is kind of a weird problem where it's kind of trial and error. Let's plug in 1 for x. If I put a 1 there and a 1 there, what's f of x at 1? What's f at 1? I see 3 z's. So that means 1, 3 is a point on f of x. Therefore, all of you should realize that 3, 1 is a point on the inverse. Now, check this out. What's f inverse at 3? According to this, f inverse at 3 is 1. So now we do this. What's f prime at 1? I can find f prime. I'm smart. I know calculus. Yeah. Power rule there. Derivative that's 3x squared. The derivative that's 1. So there it is. Now I want to find the value at 1. That'd be 3 times 1 squared plus 1, which is 4. So this answer would be 1 over 4. And that's number 47.